What's going on, guys? Kimchi Cowboy here with another video. Today is going to be a little bit of a different one. I've been just putting out a lot of content shooting top drills, but today we're actually going to talk about like accountability, how to become a better shooter, some things I use when I'm taking time running drills, figuring out exactly what went wrong. So between each drill or while the drill is happening, I'll run you through like if I drop a shot or if I went too fast, my grip broke down. I think being able to recognize where you are struggling or where something happened that went wrong is the only way to become a better shooter. If you're sending rounds as fast as you can and you have no accountability, and then you look back and you're like, why are all these rounds out? You're not going to progress as a shooter. Being able to know precisely why maybe you dropped that shot, maybe you slapped the trigger, or your support hand is breaking down, or your grip is bad. Reloads can be another issue, something like that, or a rifle, whatever. Being able to once again understand and critically think through your failures is what's going to make essentially shoot faster and become more accurate. So we're going to run the Kimchi standard drill first. I think that's a good one because that's actually a pretty good one to talk through about why you possibly could have failed. And then also, usually I run it with the 11.5, but lately I've been using a 16-inch. Today I'm going to use the 11.5 again, just for the Kimchi, I think, and maybe the box drill or whatever, because I have a new trigger in here. It is the Geisley 3-gun trigger with a 3.5-pound spring. So excited to give this thing a go. People say it's stupid fast. We'll figure that out. We'll go ahead, set up the target, and get to shooting. Also, giveaway is still going live end of February 2025 if you're watching this video. If you want to enter the giveaway, there's lots of prizes, like 5 prizes you can choose from. Pretty easy terms. You run a drill and that's basically it. I'll have the video linked down below so you guys know how to enter, but let's get going.
0.94.
0.94, okay, that felt good. I mean, nothing to say about that.
It's a 10 beat,
1.5, yeah.
1.8.
Yeah, that felt slow. So on the draw, that was sticky, and then support hand, it wasn't fully seated. I kind of had a fingertip grip, which caused the dot to be out of the zone. So I knew it's a good shot for what it is, but I definitely knew I was over time because I had an unestablished grip. That felt pretty solid. I don't think much about it.
2.5.
2
beat.
Yeah.
2.37.
I mean, if you see on the target, those are pretty good groupings. Same with the head. Felt solid. Definitely think I could probably do a little faster on the double tap, but right now, you know, just accuracy, and 2.5 is a pretty big standard.
.61.
Dang, yeah, slow. Reload felt kind of sloppy. Grip was okay on the first string, much better on the second string. That one's hard, especially with cold hands, getting that reload down. Ah, low, height over bore. Damn it.
0.99. 1.04.
Dang it. Man, I can't pass those ones. I mean, that felt good. I just probably could get on sights faster and trigger press faster.
I mean, 1/10 of a second, right?
Yeah, so just confirm, flash a red in the zone of fire instead of waiting for it to settle.
4.19.
Dang, 4 seconds. So that one was trying to just on the chest box, put that triangle right on the target and squeeze the trigger right as I see it. Don't wait for it to settle. Definitely let it settle for the head. One shot, bounce, bring it back. Saw it in the square and shot again. So,
Do you feel like your bolt release, your releasing the bolt was a little slow?
no, I didn't think anything of the reload. I just thought more so of the shooting. Watching it back, maybe it was slower. It looks slow.
Usually when I see when you go up, which I could just be me right now, but you go up and you click it like pretty quick, you know what I mean? That one seemed like you kind of had.
So yeah, on this one, it doesn't have the extended paddle.
Oh, okay.
Like the 16 with the radium. This one's a little flatter, but
yeah.
I didn't think too much of the bolt release, but yeah, could have slowed me down. That's slow.
3.15.
2.5.
2.5
Yeah.
beat?
Yeah, so that was slow. Rifle, but definitely the transition to pistol took a long time. Couldn't figure out the dot, and then when I brought it up to the actual target of the head, way over confirmed because I think just visually losing the dot and then finding it again. I just wanted to make sure it was in the head box, but definitely cost me at least half a second, I think.
8.59.
Haha, dang it. I mean, I felt pretty good. Definitely hung up on the reload of the pistol going back in here. Stowing the pistol, sometimes I get hung up. This time I felt like it went pretty well. I'm curious if I wasn't at a 45, if I was just at a straight up, if it would make it easier, but this is reloading, stowing the pistol, and the mag is what always takes me the longest time. Oh.
13.99 with that cone trip.
With a cone trip. All right, well, you can see that. I mean, that felt pretty good. Rifle, I was thinking hide over a bore when I first got there, and I realized like I don't need to do that, so I had the triangle and then I had to reuse the dot. Pistol, just I was a little bit swaying, wanted to get it when I was in the middle of the sway of hitting that, and then here just getting the rifle up early enough, and then remembering hide over bore, and then pistol, just making sure good jaw, good grip. I knew I could make the shot. So 1 out of the target overall. I got 3 out of 10. Better than 0 out of 10, but just make sure with everything you do, take accountability, look back at what you did, even if it was a good run, like remember what you did well, like on those ones that I did do well, like that draw was perfect, grip was perfect, sight, just flash a dot in the square, pulled the trigger kind of deal. For me, I know what I struggle with the most is just over confirming the dot. I let it sit in that target for way too long. I just want to be accountable for that round, whereas I should just see the flash from this distance, 7 yards on a half A zone target, like that dot in the target. More than likely, unless I jerk the trigger, it's going to end up in the box. So just making sure dot in the target, pull the trigger right away, instead of dot in the target, settle, pull the trigger. So if that makes sense. Anyways, Isaac is going to run it now, and we'll see his take. I was trying to show it on the GoPro, the hits as they're happening, but my SD card had an error. So here are the hits itself. Sorry, I'm talking about showing the hits while I'm filming, but you guys don't see it. So that's the rifle shot. That was the low ready, my first string of fire. I brought it up. I put the dot here on the Vortex Razor, or sorry, Vortex Huey, but the triangle is down here, and that's where it pulls. And the triangle is where I should be holding for close quarter combat and shooting. Gonna give the camera mic over to Isaac so you can hear him. Woo! 106. What happened?
I don't know, I suck.
140. 242. 513.
This is gonna be rough.
Rifle low ready. 101.
What? Come on. That was definitely slow.
136.
And I'm out. $530.
264. $12.47.
God dang. I'm getting annihilated today, dude. Fuck that one.
14.26. Well, what'd you do wrong? Talk us through this, Isaac. Do you not want to talk us through it?
I showed up. That's what I did wrong.
We're gonna move on to box drill. You may have noticed Isaac and I writing in an orange notebook. I talked about it in another video, but we've just been writing down our times in and out, basically just writing down the data of our drills, and that's able to look back weekly, seeing how we did, seeing if we're progressing, see if we're getting worse. No, we don't do it with every single drill. We do it with the ones that we run a lot, like box drill, Kimchi standards, fast 4, stuff like that. So being able to see like, hey, this week I did really well. Last week I did awful. What did I change up? Am I just having a better day overall? Or my splits more consistent? Was I kind of all over the place? It's just, once again, data, being able to see what you did right, what you did wrong. Maybe you had a really good breakfast. Maybe you showed up here super hungry, bad mood, you got in a fight with your wife or something like that. Just equating all the factors, figuring out how, like, hey, I'm a better shooter when I did this. Maybe I'm in a better mental headspace. Maybe I did more dry fire that week. Doesn't matter, just all the data counts. Everything matters if you want to become a better shooter. So you got to be also true to yourself. You can't lie. If you had a bad day, you had a bad day. Just say it like that. You had a good day, you had a good day. And most of those good days sometimes are lucky. It is what it is, but we'll talk it through. Isaac is kind of in a mood this morning, so he didn't really talk about his run, but maybe he'll talk about his box show runs if he does a little better. The Kimchi standards always puts him in a bad mood.
Yes.
7 yards, box drill. They're about, what, 5 yards apart. And we are using the upper half of the A zone. We're making this a little harder. Switched it up, gonna be using Glock 19, Radian Ramjet. Haven't shot that in a hot minute. Ah.
5.15.
One out. No out. Draw was sloppy. Finding the dot, just 509 EPS versus SRO is a little bit harder. First succession, I mean, those were my first 2 shots. Kind of a 5-inch spread, whereas the second one, much better, probably a 1/2-inch spread.
High on left?
Yeah, high on the head. Much better groups, still tight. That one was a little bigger. The one on the head, I just was transitioning, and like I was talking about earlier, just a flash of the dot in the zone, but I was a little bit too high. So when I brought it over, I saw just the red and it was sitting just above the black line, and I pulled the trigger, which resulted in it very nicking the top of the head. What was the time on that though?
4 seconds flat.
4, so much faster, whole second faster, but 1 out. That one I tried to speed up a crap ton, and I dropped one out. That was my second shot, I think.
Yeah.
I think that was my second shot because the first one was high right, and just as the gun dropped back down, I squeezed the trigger, transitioned well over there. Both headshots were good, but the first string of fire just, I don't think it was my grip. I think I was just going too fast and didn't really have a good sight picture, which threw me completely off of that target. Second target kept the same cadence, I want to say, right? Can we see the cadence? Let me see. With a .22 split. So then, actually, so that split was .35. So it was a little slower, much tighter grouping though. It would also be really good, beneficial to just show like a full send. So let me do a full send without a reload, and we'll see how that ends up.
.32 with 2 out.
That left one's out. So that I just got too high on the left side of the target, which is why they're both in the upper left. That's out also, same deal. Just as the dot entered the target, pulled the trigger, followed up shot. So the first one was out, second one's in. Headshot, just brought it straight up as fast as I could and nicked. Didn't even really look for a good sight picture. Just the target went straight up, nicked it, brought it left, which actually got in, went left. Right as I saw a red dot in the credit card, pulled the trigger. So that was as fast as I could go. I think this one, when I brought it up, my sight picture wasn't super great, and I kind of, you might see in the video, I hesitated. You're good. And that's why I hesitated, and I just squeezed the trigger, and like, I'm pretty sure, and you might be able to see in the video, I lunged forward, and that's awful. That was bad on my part. Second target cleaned it up, headshots cleaned it up, but that was my full send, so. Huh, target's moving on you.
Yeah.
489.
It's not horrible.
No.
I felt slow. It felt really slow.
Yeah, watching him, Usually his splits, his double taps, triple taps are super fucking quick.
Those were not.
those were like my splits.
Yeah, after doing that one, I was like, damn, I'm going slow. But my main thing is like the kimchi drill was like super out. So I was trying to be, I want to be in, get a better, more confidence level.
I mean,
and then I'll
groups
fucking
are nice and tight. So that was all in a 489.
a little too fast on that one, out on the bottom left.
So do you know the bottom left what shot that was?
Second.
Yeah,
for sure. I'm trying to kind of keep it down, so I pull that trigger the first shot, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this split pretty fast, and I'm trying to hold it too far down. I felt myself pull it, trying to keep it in the box. Shooting that fast, it's kind of like you can't just shoot, and then if it rises a little bit, you shoot again at that rise. You know what I mean? Got it. Yeah. Headshots are in on the credit card, so I feel those are the main thing I was worried about. Oh, totally missed that head.
That one was great.
Yeah, that was
straight up in dead center. I mean, you're all in except for
that. I missed that headshot completely.
Yeah, you're 3-3-1. Better than me. That was good. How'd that feel?
Getting moving is better. Like, I'm just fucking cold right now. Freaking cold.
Sorry,
you gotta
Dad.
learn how to bleep that. Yeah. Sorry, Dad. Jeez. I'm cold, but now I'm like moving a little bit more, so it's a little better. But once I'm cold, and I'm just beginning to get like my like stability kind of like warmed up, it's better. But like, I don't know, the cold affects me a lot, so I feel definitely like pretty jittery and stuff. So
another thing to get better trading is just use the same equipment every single time. For the most part, I've been using the 17 a ton, but as you guys just saw, I used the 19. I'm actually going to run the 17 again. It's great having a ton of different handguns, rifles, and whatnot, like if you want to collect them and you like speccing them out and building them, but it's actually not beneficial because you're not going to be training with each one that much. So for me, I like to try to just bring one or two things. Today, I mean, I brought the 19 because that's what I carry, but I brought the 17, I brought the Staccato, and I brought both rifles. But I try to limit how much I bring, either just one rifle and one pistol. Because this is semi-new and I built it and I just shoot it really well right now, that's why I've been running it a lot. Train with what you have. Don't buy a whole bunch of different stuff. Train with what you got. Isaac, he has a ton of handguns, but he rarely shoots anything else besides a C2. He probably has like 20 handguns and he just uses a C2. And now that he built his 18-inch Daniel Defense, that's what he's been using. If you're always changing up handgun you use, the rifle you use, yeah, you get like muscle memory kind of stuff down, reloads, draw speeds, everything like that. You're not gonna be that great with that or proficient with that handgun or rifle. Maybe you have a really good day and you think, like, okay, I don't need to use that one for a while. But realistically, I would use the same handgun, same rifle every single time when you come out to the range for consecutive months. I'm kind of being a hypocrite, like I said. I'm using different handguns right now. I'm kind of going back and forth with the Staccato. I definitely want to get it ported. My thought process is I should shoot it more unported to see how it is before getting it ported. But just something always gravitates me back to the 17. I just love shooting this thing. But I definitely think I'll run the box drill and then I'm gonna retire this and use the Staccato for the rest of the day. Second shot was out on left. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't even know why that one was. I thought those were all good. Headshot in, what was that? Low fours?
4-3-2.
4-3-2, all right, last one. This one will be a full sender. Yeah, so I'm shooting left. I guess I'm squeezing the trigger more than I think I am.
Second one on left, and then first one on that high. Nothing with your shorthand, you think?
Could be. Could be a little weak, which is why it's opening it up, but maybe it's weak because those ones are to the left and those ones are fine. So like I'm shooting too soon before my hands are fully set, whereas those ones are set and those ones have been fine. All right, you guys get to see the sick sign that Isaac gave me for my birthday. But anyways, the rain somehow made my microphone shut off. The whole rifle shooting that we did, the outro completely got ruined. So I tried to remember what we said, but I don't really recall. If you guys agree with the topics we talked about, if you guys do constructive criticism of yourself, if you have a buddy, because I think having a friend out there with you really helps so they can see, hey, you kind of messed up on this or you did this really well, try that again. Having someone there to be your witness, a kind of deal. is great. Having, even if it's just your iPhone, filming yourself doing a couple of runs, so then you can watch it back and be like, wow, I did not realize that I'm doing this on this run, or wow, I realized I did this and this was successful compared to last week, which I did this. Being accountable, also having a notebook. Isaac talked about working out. He writes down every single week what he does, how many reps he does, how many sets he does, so he can see progressive progress. Like last week, he could be like, oh wow, I lifted this, and then today I don't feel as good, but I can see through the whole month I've been progressing, so it's okay, kind of deal. Just being able to track your progress is key, because if you're just going day to day every single time to the range and you don't have a baseline or you don't have data to look back on, how do you know if you're actually progressing as a shooter? That being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, if you agree with the topics, if you don't agree with the topics, if you have some tips or anything like that, would love to know. Make sure you check out the giveaway before the end of February if you want to join, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer next time we're out at the range.